Lords and ladies, welcome back to MyStreet 5 years later with your host, Jacob Butter. Brought to you by Gling. Just kidding. Hello. So, after I zoned out. Yeah, after the tumultuous, not really, uh really like set the I'm trying to think of words now. Dang it. Anyway, after the amazingness that was the last episode, truly reinvigorating the side stories from the massive dip that they took in episode 4, the slow climb of episode 5, and then just the reaching of the peak, it seems, in episode 6, which is something I never thought I'd say about episode 6 of an Aphmau video, an Aphmau series. Where are we now? Well, we're at another Lucinda episode, which I was going to say couldn't be bad, but then I remembered that the first half of Emerald Secret exists, so I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But fortunately, clearly because I'm stumbling on my words today, I have other people here to help while I completely malfunction. The first person is, of course, I was gonna say Lucinda. Gosh darn it, it's Ghosty.
You could have called me the Lucinda stand. That would have worked.
Yeah, but I could have done that. I will say I've been going through streams all day because because people don't know this. I'm filming this on September 17th, the day that I was officially allowed to reapply for monetization again. So for like the entire day, I've been mindlessly going through and
Yeah, I know. I got
like selecting different editing the credits and trimming down parts of old videos and streams and making sure I have the disclaimers in there, if make sure that nothing actually gets flagged, and separating the ones that might actually pose a significant risk. And I think at this point I have just completely tuned out of everything else, and I need to go back from being an automaton. Anyway,
speaking of which, I opened my YouTube this morning to see not 2, not 3, but 4 notifications from Jacob Butter.
Yeah. If anyone watching this is wondering why that's happened, it's because atting people will not only give you like a mention in the video itself, if you're like the channel user, but if you're someone scrolling through credits in the description, it's the quickest form of actually including someone there. So I have to go to like someone's like channel page and copy and paste there's the link like you used to do. So that's why I've been doing those. So people have been getting those. It's because you've been very frequent guests. And speaking of very frequent guests who've probably also got those messages, we also have BB here today.
I did. I don't mind the notifications as much as most people do. But I will say I have been getting quite a few I was mentioned in insert Jacob video / stream here. It's
Yeah.
Also,
most people who told me about that mostly saying it in front of observation, not necessarily because I'm like preventing them from watching their content or something.
Yeah, no, it's just funny because every couple hours, or some days even every couple like minutes, I'll check my phone and it'll have BB Butter, or well, I guess it just says you were mentioned in insert thing here. And I'm like, oh, all right, I was probably in that, yeah.
Also, speaking of, Jacob, I sent you a meme. I could ask if you would please put that on screen.
Oh, right. Okay, yes.
Ghosty, are you a fan of MatPat by chance?
I used to be.
I invited you on here specifically to escape that, but okay, sure.
I'm detoxing with therapy, okay?
Listen.
I see.
Jacob brought me into this stream because when he messaged me, he said, there will be Lucinda in it.
That, and also when right before
thumbnail.
That, and right before you brought me into the call, you said that you needed like a moment to catch your words. So I figure, if anything's gonna buy time,
like, it's you.
Yeah. I was referring to MatBat. I like how I say if anything's gonna buy time, you say, "Oh yeah, it's you."
Anyway,
Christy.
can I?
Well,
You-
you are buying time via the conversation about
Uh-huh.
MatPat.
No, so he did a recent film theory about Star Wars today. Now,
Oh God, I can't talk about anything.
here's the thing. I know Star Wars. I know my Star Wars. And
I'm
certainly
trying to
do.
tell a funny story.
All right, go on, tell your funny story. As we're time for Star Wars. We've already talked about this with Janinja.
We talked about this with Ninja. Now I'm here to say Jacob pinged me and said, "Hey, would you like to be on a live stream?" I was debating it for a second until Jacob said there was gonna be Lucinda in it. I was on a Discord call with my
yeah.
friends and I mentioned, "Oh, I'm being baited into a stream with promise of waifu." And then my friend
Oh, that's why you
and then
sent
my
me
friend
this.
sent me
Okay.
this meme.
yo, you got the why am I forgetting the name? This is like the
Blow
trans
high.
mascot.
Blow high.
It's blow high.
Let's go, the blah.
Blow high.
I say blah.
You certainly do. You know, for my Harry Potter is trans fanfic, I actually got a request from Maya to include Blow High, and I didn't know what that was at the time.
Trans
and so I looked it up and I saw. So I looked it up and I saw created in 2014, and I was like, I can't put this in a fanfic that's set in 1991. What are you talking about? So, unfortunately, I had to turn down the idea, but I see where that was coming from.
It was invented in 2014, but it's lasted for so long.
Yes, and you know what's lasted even longer? Harry Potter. What's your point?
I'm just saying, if it's about a trans person, I'm just saying, if a trans person has anything, it's gonna be a blah.
Ah, yes, of course. You know, every trans story must have Blow High in it by the transitive property.
Yeah, generally.
And now with that, and now we're warmed up, I'm going to open the video before we have time to digest that dad joke I just made. Without further ado, on with the review.
I just digested the dad joke. How dare you? Anyway, waifu time.
Yes.
Raise, raise, raise.
Give me some rays. I'm sunbathing. I'm absorbing these rays. Yeah.
Raise, raise.
Oh, she is saying raise.
You know what? Close
I
enough.
thought she was saying brains.
Yes.
I thought she was like making a zombification thing here.
This isn't Night of Living Cats episode. They're not going to zombify.
Raise. Come on now, Grand Wizard Avery. There's no point in playing if you don't up the stakes.
You've got a lot of mouth for a witch whose potion workshop is in her garage.
No, it's not. She owns a shop.
If you want me to
Well,
raise,
yeah, she
I
does.
raise you.
She does make the potions in her garage and then takes them to her shop. Like we
I
see
suppose.
the potions.
I thought for some reason she made them in her shop in like an episode where Aaron works there for some reason.
Like she did. She has a like Jacob, BB. I'm going to say during Aphmau's year, we see that Lucinda does indeed have a potion workshop at home in her garage. That's where she's keeping the book she got from Emerald Secret until it is stolen by Travis, of course.
Oh yeah, remember that.
She also has a secondary potion workshop in her actual shop. Why didn't she just take the book there? I don't know.
Oh, I guess it's kind of like
she probably didn't have time? ?
I guess it's kind of like Jeremy, who just like intermittently works in his room and in the factory, depending on what needs to be done.
This.
Oh. Ah, yes. Behold the wonder on their faces. I so enjoy seeing this. It's like a Rosie Clossie video.
Oh. That's right. This galaxy spear is one of only 7 crafted by the late Grand Wizard Frumplebutts. I'd give you the chance to raise Lucinda, but I think we all know you can't top a relic like this.
This is a thing that I find a little bit humorous. Across 6 seasons, in God knows how many spin-offs, this is the time to just start randomly dropping in like magic lore for the series. Like, where, like, I'm just saying it works, but it's just such a weird, you know, it's a bit late.
The thing that doesn't quite work as well for me is the fact that he actively calls it a relic. Within the Aphmau lore, anything called a relic is very rare and usually formed from different souls. I think the late wizard Frumplebus might have had a bit more of involvement in making that thing than Grand Wizard Avery is letting on.
You underestimate me yet again, my dear Avery. I've got something you don't have the galaxy balls to put down.
Yeah, or 3 of my friends were made into relics at one point.
Galaxy Sphere!
Let's see.
Not as
What
catchy.
if I bet my eternal soul?
No, waifu, don't do that.
I completely forgot. Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, it never comes up because she's like growing up at a normal rate and aging at a normal rate for now. But yeah, this should be around the time that Lucinda's eternal soul kicks in and just keeps her forever young.
Is it?
Well, I mean, theoretically,
Hyria looked pretty old, to be fair.
that is true. Maybe it's a case that she just like ages very slowly. But then again, yeah. Although who knows? Maybe it's like maybe they go by Gulliver's Travels logic, and it's just like immortal people, but they still continue to age permanently.
Hyria was old as dirt. What do you mean?
She was like a couple 100 years old. She looked like she was in her 90s.
I think well, there you go. 900 years was like that's the time between Irene's first appearance and Aphmau coming back in season 2. So if she looks at her 90s, at least at 900 at the youngest, then maybe witches they start just aging 10 times slower.
I guess they could, yeah.
That's confidence, honey. Unless you want to call my bluff?
The question is, of course, are they able to extract each other's eternal souls? But I guess maybe the answer is yes, because clearly that's an option.
I mean, to be fair, we still don't know who all of the Divine Warriors were. For all we know, Lucinda very well could have been one of them.
Well, not this version of Lucinda, certainly.
I bet my eternal soul as well.
In
Sure,
fact, I feel like the old Lucinda couldn't have either, because she's the daughter of Hyria, who would have been considered far more for the position of Divine Warrior than Lucinda would have done, considering her connection to Irene.
Well, yeah, but they were all reincarnations except for Aphmau. She could have just been like a couple lines down.
But
and it looks like the immortality was probably a bloodline thing.
Well, I imagine. I think it's just a witch thing, quite honestly.
What's this, Avery? That looks like 4 very handsome men of a kind. Read 'em and weep.
Yeah, and now he's gonna have a bigger hand, isn't it?
Is gasping all you 3 are capable of doing?
I'm surprised they can even do that. They have no mouths.
Straight flush.
Yeah, of course.
But that's impossible.
I'm surprised he didn't turn around and go,
Search
"Will
your
you
feelings, you know
three
it to be
shut
true."
up?"
I know I was trying to escape Star Wars, but I couldn't help saying the line.
Well, well, well. Looks like I'll be taking your eternal soul, Garage Witch.
Garage
So, about that.
1 immortal soul. Pay up.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. Let me do that quickly.
Like,
I don't know.
Lucinda just looks at him and says, "Oh, is it my? Does it have to be my soul?"
What worries me is the how long has Lucinda been doing this sort of thing, though? Because this feels like it isn't like a new thing. How many times is she making like dangerous deals with like this?
Well, she's nocturnal in theory, so probably not very often. This might be like a very rare gathering of whatever wizards happen to be in the area that aren't named Ivan.
So that's an idea. That's definitely an option.
Are you backing out of your deal?
How about this? New deal. I keep my soul, and I give you $1,000 instead.
Is she implying that the galaxy sphere that Avery has right now is worth less than $1,000?
Yeah, that'll work too.
Apparently it is.
$1,000 is pretty good.
I guess
With $1,000, I could buy a new galaxy sphere.
Yeah, I guess inflation never reached the the wizarding community.
Either that or a soul is just worth way less in their community than we would expect.
An eternal soul. I mean, you would have thought. I don't know. I mean, Zoe made a big deal out of it, so the elves clearly understand the value of eternal life.
Like the elves understand the value of eternal life, but not witches?
Apparently not.
I do kind of wish the MyStreet cast got the chance to see the Yggdrasil tree at some point.
That is true. They do. You know, Aphmau does mention it in the first D&D video as a throwaway line.
To be fair, I don't know. She could have meant that as in the historical Yggdrasil at the same time, though, because like
potentially, yeah.
Great, done deal. No take backs.
That was literally a take back. And where are you? Okay.
Lucinda, she forgot how to teleport.
Lucinda's teleportation has always been absolutely awful, because think about her track record. Not only was there that one time she completely forgot how to do the spell in the first place and had to like concentrate super intensely and teleported herself, Kim, and Gareth into the sky, pretending that she couldn't do it properly. But now, there's the other times when she tried to teleport herself and ended up teleporting into Lawrence's shower while he was using it.
Oh, not Lawrence's shower. Lawrence's bathroom while he was using the shower.
That's right. Yes, she didn't teleport inside of the shower. That's a good distinction. Thank you.
That is fair. I would say teleporting into the restroom while he's in the shower is probably better than the alternative.
I mean, not much better, but certainly something.
I would say it's significantly better. At least then you aren't seeing things you don't want to see.
That is exactly what happened. She was like, her and Lawrence stared at each other, then they both screamed. I think she saw something she didn't want to see.
I don't remember that, I guess.
Good. You don't want to remember it. But it happened. It was a thing in an episode. And then Aphmau also walked in on Lucinda herself. I don't know why they brought that joke back, but they did, and the joke was on her in a different episode.
Was the joke not on her in the first place then?
Oh no, well, I mean, okay. I see, yeah, I guess it was in both instances. But actually, no, the joke was on Aphmau because she walks in, and that's like she was not supposed to do that because she didn't know that Lucinda was actually still in the house for some reason. I'm pretty sure it was her own house, so she should have put that together, but I don't really know. It's been a while. The only time that Lucinda successfully teleported, but I had the intended effect, was one of my least favorite episodes, season 1, episode 28, the one where she teleports Travis to her location successfully and makes him invincible. That one.
Oh, let's not forget, there was also one other time she used where she used teleportation and When Angels Fall, and everybody, actually it was Kim who used that teleportation spell, and instead of teleporting everyone to safety, it teleported them to safety, but in random locations around the island.
I wonder if the only reason it worked out so well early is because of the way the story was developed at that point. Because
yes, that is precisely it.
Because the way Aphmau treated MyStreet at the time was just kind of like an alternative MCD at that point in time. It was just another side story.
BB, that is the same episode where Lucinda makes Travis invincible so Caitlyn can't hurt him in any way. And you would think that if Lucinda has the power to make people invincible so no harm comes to them, she would have used that on everyone in season 6 and possibly 4, where she got her equipment back.
Bad memory.
I gotta say, I would state bad memory, but it's actively contradictory because Aphmau has not stated any lore for magic at all.
Until now, apparently.
Can witches,
and also diaries. Also in diaries a bit.
Also in diaries. Can witches and wizards just not use magics without their staff? in that case, I have several reasons to tell you to shove it. Do they need to, like, have a special book and memorize a spell? No.
There actually was an episode because remember, Aphmau wanted to learn how to use magic and was being taught by Lucinda, and Aphmau didn't get a staff. They don't need a staff.
Yeah, it's just in Emerald Secret, Lucinda stated that she actively needed her staff to be able to do magic.
Maybe it's one of those things where, like, the energy is, like, concentrated into the staff. But then again, you would still wonder why she would have given one to Aphmau then in that instance, because it still would have made it easier.
That is true, and yeah, like in lots of stuff, like Harry Potter, for example, like the wand isn't like the source of magic; it's just like the conduit by which the magic is channeled and controlled. Kind of like what you would assume staff to be here, but except in season 4, you know, the flawless season, they decide, oh no, I forgot all my magic equipment. Guess I can't do anything for like 12 episodes.
It's
what a shame.
It's like in every God of War video game ever, where Kratos is always OP, and then the next entry in the series happens, and he's too OP, so they have to figure out a way to completely, like, nerf him for, like, half of the game.
Like, I gotta admit, like, with the lack of magic lore we have, Lucinda's magic in most writing case scenarios would make the conflict too easy.
That's probably why they took away the magic equipment in season 4, because there's a lot of stuff that Lucinda could have done there that could have literally just solved everything. Then again, you would think that if that was a problem, just don't have Lucinda in that portion of the story.
Yeah, it's like
maybe have them like try and call her once Gareth finally sets up the internet in the lodge. Have them send a message to Lucinda being like, hey, can you appear here? Like, things are getting dire. Lucinda's like, sure. And there she appears in her random moments of successful teleportation.
That is a bit of a hard line to go across, though, because what you're describing is a perpetual Deus Ex Machina. And you have to be careful not to make it look like that. I will say that
the effort and the struggle to get to that point would come from Gareth trying to set up the internet, because that's a consistent struggle that he has throughout the portions of season 4 that I don't like.
That's fair. I will say the whole, like, the magic could be used to solve anything if it's as loose as it is. That's fair. That's but the thing is, though, Star Wars has that, right? It's again, the Force is just another form of magic. It's super loose. Some new abilities found in literally every piece of media to fit the plot because it's cool. Whatever. But at the same time, they either have enough numbers or someone of equal stature to go against it. It's not so much that the looseness is a flaw, it's that the world that Aphmau and the story that she has made is not built for someone like Lucinda.
Yeah, the reason I mentioned coming in like episode 12 is because A, that's when the threats start to appear, and B, that's when we realize there's another person, and like all the stuff with forever potions and some of like the aspects of like everyone has been controlled already by this point comes into play. So Lucinda would have something to struggle with, but she would also be useful, just not like an immediate Deus Ex Machina. I'm sure there's other scenarios. Season 6 might be a bit more of a difficult sell because it's like everyone's trapped there. They're there already. No one can really appear. Other than, I guess, Lucinda can teleport anywhere she wants. But again, they set that up themselves. So
what I would have done in that case scenario is, bust out the magic crystals, magic nullification field. Huzzah! Lucinda can only teleport to this area.
I would agree.
Panel that. Yeah.
The Lucinda is cool, but only cool as what she could be. Again, this is Aphmau made a story that is not meant for Lucinda. Lucinda should have either been removed, as much as it pains me to say it, she should just either not exist here, or the story should have been changed to be able to fit Lucinda's power set.
Yeah, it depends, because Lucinda had a lot of stuff in season 3 that she was working through personally. The story did end up focusing like a lot on her. The story seemed to be meant for her in a lot of ways at that point. It's only past Emerald's secret that stuff starts to crumble. From her perspective, at least.
That's mostly because Aphmau doesn't have an established magic lore. So
again, until right now.
We're left floundering on what exactly Lucinda can do and what exactly Lucinda's limitations are.
Yeah, all we can do is observe, and we're observing contradictory evidence all the time as the series goes on.
If it was a limitation that Lucinda could, only teleport a set number of miles or like a certain distance away from herself, that would be fine. And in fact, that would fix most of the problems I have with Lucinda, in the story as a magical character.
I just don't agree though, because it's like, again,
isn't there an X-Man who has that exact same the same limitation?
Yeah, that's partially where I got it from. Setting up your magic lore, setting up the magic lore system would have fixed a lot of the problems we have with Lucinda. Not all of them, as BB is probably going to say, but a lot of them.
Well, what I was gonna say though is again, I don't even necessarily think it's because of the lack of rules. Lack of rules is not the issue. Again, Star Wars, 0 rules for the actual Force. They change it depending on the
light side
whim.
can't resurrect the dead. That's the rule.
Yeah, until they find some new way to do it. Or
the Jedi.
Yeah, it's the problem is that there is no one that can't be beat with the magic, which is something you just said, Ghosty, which is it's barely even a Lucinda problem. It is a story problem specifically. It's not the magic, it's not the character. It is that the beats do not work. She is a pointless character because they can't even use her to her full ability without saving the day in one episode.
I think the best way that Lucinda works is definitely within the more light-hearted material, and when she gets a plot to herself, kind of like this episode. When it's things like this, she has a purpose because obviously she's driving the narrative, but also we enjoy having her around. She doesn't actively create problems herself. It's just within the wider context of how the rest of the story goes, the more dramatic elements people seem to think is the best that MyStreet has to offer.
Lucinda, my beloved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite work, yeah. But for the rest of it, Lucinda, her beloved.
Yeah, it's weird. Honestly, what they could have done is I forget who it was. I think it's Dante or Lawrence, one of the two. The one that got abandoned midway through.
That's both of them.
Yeah.
They could have swapped Lucinda with one of them.
They could, yes. That was actually what I was going to suggest earlier on. Because actually, again, Lawrence actually would have worked exceptionally well there because it was him that Kim was originally supposed to get close to, because they reconnected and was sort of going to start dating in a way. And then Gareth sort of hijacked that because, the lodge happened. So yeah, having Gareth, Lawrence, and Kim there, that would, I feel like they'd be a nice trio to actually have and hang around with.
I gotta say, that's also my problem with another Aphmau fan media that we all know and hate. Liongate.
I was about to say, does it involve a fan favorite of the Phelon family?
Actually, Liongate, yeah, does.
But anyway,
Liongate introduces a feline family.
Yes. Liongate has most of the same problems that Aphmau does. Ironically, an adaptation that highlights all of the problems I have with the original media. Don't you love it? You love to see it in this house.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, again, if I were to, and just to even say it, I've even asked to do this. I'm not gonna say necessarily in what form, but I've even asked to do this, and it's if I were to redo MyStreet in a way, it is because what a lot of people look at, and I think one of the things that Liongate looks at, is it is what they have the fondest memory of and not actually what works at the core. The drama and all that, even for me, right? I loved the drama and all that, right? That's probably part of why I had such rose-tinted glasses before I was in 5 years later so much, right? The problem, though, is that when you look at it as a narrative and you go from the earlier point to like the earliest point of the story to now, it is abundantly clear that the way that Aphmau runs this universe depends on which half of the story you are, right? Because at the beginning it was just another random MCD, upside down story type of thing. And then later on it became part of MCD's universe, and that became an integral thing along with the more serious tone and all that, right? The problem is that because of direct things that she had done very early that are not brought in later, that on its own causes problems. The only way to solve this series is to go back to something even all the way back in the big move, right? That's where you need to start your root at, right? Especially things like the thing where they turn like Shadow Knights and stuff, right? That's obviously only because it was intended as like an upside down MCD story, right?
Yep.
but if you wanted it, but it is nonetheless canon, and that is still a thing that happens. So you have to make a decision whether to keep that or not. And if you want to keep it, that means you have to integrate it to the later part of the story, which, as I've looked into, makes a really good story. It's just that no one cared enough to do it, including the writers of MyStreet itself.
Would you also integrate the Diamond Recession of 2015?
The time
that was from the big move as well, because for a brief time they just used diamonds as the world currency,
even
or
though
at least the national currency, and then go back to money, which they also use in Nigga Drop High before that event. So for a brief time, diamonds became such commonplace items that they were used as bribing material to make a girl jealous.
I guess in the MyStreet world, you don't need oil or dollars.
Yeah, but honestly, yeah, if you do do it, please keep that because it's hilarious.
It's obvious MyStreet was written as an MCD upside down story, but I think it's funny to where this over highlighted MCD and then the MCD was discontinued.
Dude, oh my god, I love going to the MCD Rebirth sometimes. I go to the MCD Rebirth, and if you go into the playlist, it says something along the lines of like, here. Okay, it's actually really high up, I think it is, right? Yeah, my Diary's Rebirth. Okay. This is a remake of my first ever Minecraft roleplay. I'll be continuing it someday. Love Aphmau.
No, you won't
It's like, no, this is not continuing someday.
Also, I thought the first roleplay would have been like Iron and Coal or Minecraft Isles or something like that.
Either
or superheroes, in fact. Minecraft Superheroes was before Diaries.
I guess she forgot about it. I don't know. I don't know.
She forsake
maybe she wants the others to forget about it. It's like, yes, my first roleplay. Nothing came before that, I swear.
Yeah,
this was not your first roleplay, babe. Your true fans know the truth.
Disregarding, of course, the fact that Diaries in itself was a continuation of a roleplay at one point. And just like, and funny enough, speaking of parallels between the two, MyStreet and MCD had a very similar beginning, actually, in that sense, where MyStreet was supposed to be like a parallel thing to MCD, but then the context of it changed midway through. And now it's part of the same universe. It's a very similar thing with Diaries, because there was a Minecraft Comes Alive series, I think called just Diaries Origins or something like that, that Aphmau did. And if you go back to the original season 1, it says it's the second season, because at the time it was a continuation. Then midway through, she completely decanonized it, changing the context of even Aphmau as a character a little bit.
Don't we love to see it?
She has. That's one of the other big issues with Aphmau and her story, right? And it's clear even on a season, like even on a micro scale, looking at it on a single season, she has no idea what she's doing. She has no idea what she wants from her stuff, which is really annoying because it means nothing's ever set in stone.
Yeah, and again, all that we can do is observe and make theories.
Clearly.
Oh, that's right. I bet each of your faces and powers of speech in the previous round. And that's why you don't have faces and can only gasp. I've observed this and I'm now making a theory.
Oh.
Okay. Theory amended slightly.
Theory amended.
It's an addendum. Idea.
That's what you said after your version of the multiverse theory.
I can't even amend that because like one frame destroyed it entirely. Also, theory number 2: spiders can search the internet, but only familiars.
And they bark apparently.
Like, I gotta ask this question. Like, if the Uwu, the spider, became her familiar, what happened to her original owl familiar?
Oh, Bigglesworth. Bigglesworth was only ever an MCD that didn't get reincarnated. Animals don't have souls.
I feel so bad. I will say, I don't know. To be honest, I haven't even asked what it's like in the Butterverse. Frankly, I haven't had to touch the topic yet, but for the record, I would quite like it if they do just have normal souls.
Yeah, actually, I just realized something. That statement I just made doesn't make a ton of sense because actually, Celestia got reincarnated from.
Oh, you're so right.
MCD season 2. So that's the one exception. Apparently, Thorgy wasn't worth it though. You know,
Thorgy wasn't worth it.
To be fair,
Aphmau couldn't just have like a fully grown wolf in the house. That was too much for the lease agreement.
To be fair, Emmeline is almost a similar situation. She barely shows up in MyStreet.
Yeah, but don't we
and yet she was an integral character in MCD.
Oh no, don't worry. Emmeline is a ghost. She didn't deserve reincarnation either, apparently.
But she received
Well, no,
it
she
anyway.
did though. There is a MyStreet version of Emmeline that exists.
There is a MyStreet version of Emmeline, and then there's Minecraft Diaries Emmeline that's just chilling in the corner. Did half of his soul reincarnate, or all of it? In that case, what's up with the ghost?
It's like MyStreet Emmeline is barely there, and MCD Emmeline got completely character assassinated by amnesia.
Yeah, so the way that I interpret corporeal fragments is that when you take like a fragment of someone's soul, that's enough to sustain like the beginnings of their life, but then the rest of their collective experiences and the nurturing they receive makes up feeds like the rest of their soul essentially. And that's why they're all vastly different people, or have the potential to be, given the right circumstances.
Yeah, the looking alike and all that, because MCD Season 6 would imply that Aaron is technically the only one of these people that are actually reincarnated. But obviously that isn't... It's because
in one of the trailers, Michael specifically says, "Oh yes, these are the ones that she chose." So there's clear she chose several.
Yeah, she chose them, but she only seemed to imply that he was reincarnated specifically in the actual series, which obviously cannot be true. We're looking at Lucinda right now.
Okay, I don't think Irene has to go around individually saying, "Okay, I reincarnated you and you and you." I feel like if it applies to one of them, it's safe to say the same rules apply to everyone.
It's like Bethesda's refund policy.
Yeah,
you get reincarnated, but not you. You do, but not you.
Yeah, you sound like YouTube and its mascot.
Fair enough.
You can put that into any context you want and it'd probably be accurate.
YouTube needs a mascot, actually. I'm not gonna lie. That'd be amazing.
Do they not have a mascot? I thought they had one for a while.
No.
What, a red button? Doesn't really. Don't know about that.
I don't know. They sold a lot of merchandise for that button.
Yes, I clearly had a rough day. I need to make $1,000.
I just realized I know spiders have 8 eyes, but they don't. Do they tend to have them like on the top of their heads?
Like right now, on top of paying rent and my potion loans and
Probably depends on the breed.
Hold on,
Potion loans.
Why are you loaning like potions anyway? You make them yourself. You buy the ingredients, right?
Like it would make
collect them.
sense. Like,
She might not mean legal potions.
Wait, so does that mean that she sent Aaron on an illegal mission in season 3.5 to the Twilight Forest to collect potion ingredients? Was she not supposed to do that?
You know, now that you break that down, that actually does sound like an illegal drug run, doesn't it? That sounds about right, as a matter of fact. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. They're saying.
Also, I would like to say,
you want to propose to your girlfriend? I got you, but first you gotta do me a little favor, you see?
I'm gonna like pull over for a second and say potion loans. Like that would make sense if Lucinda was outsourcing to other companies to make her potions.
But why would she need the garage workshop then if she was doing that?
Maybe the garage workshop is the part where she makes the illegal ones, and in the shop is where you have the completely legal ones. The reason, of course, is so that way she has like an alibi, right? They can search the shop as a whole, and it'll be like, oh, well, see, we can't find nothing, right? Maybe she's banking on them not checking her garage.
I think the fan fiction Cinder does that because there's a fanfic video where she specifically like says, "Oh, this is like this potion is illegal. I get in trouble for this. It's one to summon the perfect man," and then summons Lawrence. So in the fanfic world, maybe that entirely checks out.
Feel like it checks out here.
Yeah, speaking of checks.
Wait, hold on. Didn't you say you couldn't do things like that before? Wait, I vaguely remember you saying you couldn't do stuff like that when you're trying to teach Aphmau magic. Am I wrong? Am I thinking of a different quote here? I remember saying you couldn't do that.
I don't actually know. Maybe it's like the house elves in Harry Potter where they have like different magic rules that apply to them or something. Like familiars just have their own, probably their own moral code as well. Because I don't know where that money is from.
To which case, I would say that makes quite a bit of sense if there was a precedent for it in Aphmau's universe. We can theorize all we want, but if there's no precedent in Aphmau's universe for it, we're basically throwing out ideas to the wind and seeing what makes sense.
Yeah, pretty much. If I made theories like that back in the day, my videos would have lasted 2 minutes.
Experienced wizard. He'd see through that fake money in a second.
Oh, so Ubu knows how to make counterfeit money. That raises even more questions. Ubu knows the difference between real money and counterfeit. Ubu has a concept of what counterfeiting means.
Besides, that would be breaking so
the
many
spider does drug runs quite a bit too.
Yeah. Also, not just Wizard Council rules, Lucinda. It'd be breaking, like, actual laws, probably.
Alright, okay.
Okay, I actually do like that there's, like, the one he has... Oh, wait, no, I thought it was going to have a slightly different texture. No, it's just the lighting is weird. Okay.
That's enough. Thank you for trying to make me feel better. I just need to put my head down and figure out how I can make $1,000 right away.
I don't know, use your shop.
Oh no. Oh no, Ubu's multiplying. Lucinda's gonna have an infestation.
It's the Trouble with Treble episodes all over again.
I have an idea. I know exactly what happened to the owl.
Oh
this
no.
goes back all the way to the high school series. See, the changing people into cats was really just foreshadowing into the things that the magic can do, which is exactly why the owl doesn't exist here. That is the owl.
Wait, so you're saying that Bigglesworth was turned into a spider at some point?
Yup. That's exactly right.
BB, you are never allowed to complain about any of my theories ever again.
It works though.
No, it doesn't.
What's this?
It
Your girlfriend?
does.
That's
You
like
know,
we
humans
also,
are animals. You can transform them into cats. Okay, why can't you change an owl into a giant spider?
Isn't that like what Aiden said yesterday about people telling him, though, oh yeah, prove God isn't real. You can't.
Like, to which case I'm gonna say in advance. What?
That's a very good advanced thing to say.
You sure work fast, huh? In love. But you two just
Also,
met.
I'm going to
And
say one.
arguably also the same being. Unless this is
going-
like a different spider that teleported from somewhere else.
I'm also going to say, how does Lucinda make $1,000? I don't know. Don't you run and own a potion shop, or did that close down?
That might
Because-
not make $1,000 in a single day. Depends. It would be a start. She could sell these things if they keep multiplying.
Wait. Love? Love! That's it!
Don't make a love potion.
No, sorry.
Well.
I have to go literally save my skin.
Hey, Jacob.
Hold on, literally save your. Oh yeah, I guess your
No,
eternal
your
soul, you're gonna start
fine.
aging faster. No, her skin's not gonna stay like that forever unless she keeps her eternal soul.
Well, no,
She's
no,
saving
but
her skin.
the soul is the soul in general. I don't know that she's walking around. Period.
Well, no, because they haven't taken the soul yet.
Right, but if they did, I don't think she'd even be alive, would she?
Well,
No,
Zoe
she
sacrificed.
would.
Zoe sacrificed
She's-
her eternal soul and was still around, was still alive.
Did she?
Yes.
Yes.
That
She
was-
looked
that was
older.
how That was how they escaped the Irene dimension, because she sacrificed her eternal soul to create the portal to get them out.
Like, she
Oh,
looked
alright.
older. She looked vastly older. She went from being a beach blonde to a platinum blonde. How does that work?
I don't know. Like, you wouldn't think it would be that quick.
I'm going to open a love fortune booth. Pure mortals can't get enough of love fortunes.
I guess
Olive-
witches are
oh.
above such trivialities, and that's another reason why Lucinda doesn't date.
I'll figure out my selling point later. Right now, I've got
Like,
You just did. That is your selling point. Love fortunes. That was the idea.
to brew myself
all
up.
all of the asexuals in the distance just sigh in relief that she's not making love potions in her garage.
Well, wait, but
Perfect.
didn't she have a boyfriend? Wasn't she with someone?
Yes. That is the joke. He was another warlock.
Yeah, and also I said that's another reason she doesn't date. The first reason is because of that guy.
fortune booth potion.
Fortune booth potion. Yep.
It would be pretty cool if she were ace,
Not
though.
bad.
It's like Bulma from Capsule Corp.
Not enough red. Oh no, Dante.
I mean, of course.
What are you up to, Lucy?
If you could read the sign. I mean, hello.
The witch is in. Okay.
Oh, hello, Dante. Sorry.
Is she gonna do like? Is she gonna like go on lunch break at some point and then the sign's gonna say the witch is back?
I like the
I'm so-
implication that she would have said that had she not known that it was Dante.
Hmm.
Maybe
Wait,
that's why
give
she doesn't get the kind of clientele that she should. This is just her customer service.
That's why her shop isn't doing well. Poor customer service. Also, the fact that she's not running it today, even though she owns a business.
Thing. I'm giving love fortune today for $20.
Like, couldn't you be doing this love fortune thing at the shop you allegedly own?
Unless it's illegal.
I don't think it is. Like, just Quite honestly, you just set up the booth outside, or you could even like have like a small stand or something that says, "Oh, by the way, $20 extra, and I'll read you your love fortune. Thank you for purchasing already in my store." Something like that. Because actually,
Also,
she's charging
go-
$20 per person, and she needs 1,000. Doesn't that mean that she's going to need like 500 people? Oh wait, no, sorry, 50 people. Still a lot.
It's a big town.
A babe like you had me at hello.
Oh, yeah, you need help.
Is that a surprise? Also, why does Dante's money look like that, but the other money that Uru stole looks like it's a different color? What is the economy of this? Did the diamond recession end so badly that they now have several different monetary values?
Okay.
Like,
Now,
I'm going to
turn
point
one
this out. Wouldn't setting the booth up in a more populated area do Lucinda better? Like,
would.
this is child lemonade stand logic, to which case I'm not going to say, you're not going to make $1,000 on the street. Mostly because everybody on the street is either taken or unassumably gay.
Over to receive your
I mean,
ultimate.
Then again,
you know,
that could be their fortune. You know, the person you'll be with is standing right behind you. What? But that's just Lawrence. What are you talking about? That can't possibly be.
to be fair, I mean, you could still
Nice
give
try,
them.
Lucinda.
You could still sell them stuff even if they were gay, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In the scenario I just painted there, the amazing Garance fanfic that I just randomly made up on the spot.
Unalterable romantic future.
He has no romantic future. He ceases to be.
As symbolized by a lady with a scythe. I guess that's the Grim Reaper, because his love life is dead.
Yeah.
Oh, see? There you go.
Ooh, is that good?
No.
Why would death be good? But what?
Like, actually, no. There's,
Well, I mean,
like,
it depends on the layout you're doing to be more accurate.
Death is representative of death.
Actually, no, Lucinda, you're wrong.
Yeah.
The death card in tarot symbolizes, like the death of something, or it can resemble the death card signals that one major phase in your life is ending and a new one is going to start.
Oh, so Dante might get his groove back. Again.
Out now.
You can't do that.
Hold
Tell me
on,
what it
I just
says!
looked it up. Death tarot card meaning love meaning, but only in the upright position. When it comes to love and relationships, the death tarot love meaning can indicate being stuck in an emotional dynamic that is no longer working. If you're already in a relationship. For the relationship to continue, you must learn to embrace change.
And what if you're not? That's Dante's situation here.
Well, then I guess you're fucked. I forgot what channel you're on. Sorry.
I'm gonna forget to edit that later. Oh well.
Also,
Whoops.
I'm going to say the
thought we were
tarot
in a
card
normal VC.
upside down can mean the exact opposite. As in, what you're doing is probably fine. But since it is in the upright position, yeah, Dante needs to make a major change in how he's doing his romantic relationships right now in order to continue into the future and have healthy relationships.
What if it's in defense mode? I mean, if it's in downright position.
Downright position. I
As
don't.
they said, upright position, right? So I assume that downright's the other one. Unless it's down left. I don't think that makes sense.
Death card, tarot love meaning reversed. The death card love meaning in reverse can signal strong resistance to change when it comes to your approach and attitude to relationships and romance.
Oh, so ultimately the exact same thing. Okay.
Oh, that's
This can
really
come in the form of hanging on to stagnant and no longer helpful relationships for either individuals.
Yeah, so like the exact same thing.
Now, any
Just one version is saying you are doing this thing, and the upright one is saying you shouldn't do this thing.
of this works, but Fine, you got the tower.
Ah, the symbol of the greatest heights
He put his money back. He didn't give it to Lucinda. That's cheating.
of humanity.
It represents total and complete destruction.
What is it? The Tower of Sauron? Why?
Hold on. Aphmau did not do any real research into tarot cards.
This is me with Star Wars and Matt Pat's theory today. You're just having the same experience with a different type of media.
When the tarot card appears in tarot readings, expect the unexpected. A massive change, upheaval, destruction, and chaos. This may be divorce, death of a loved one, financial failure, health problems, and natural disasters. Job loss, or something that shakes you to your very core, affecting you spiritually, mentally, and physically. There's no escaping it.
I mean, I would say that was Dante and Travis the show, but that has to be before this point. So yeah, guess not. Guess Dante's got more troubles ahead. Oh my word!
Dante!
To be fair, everyone has more troubles ahead.
Okay, to which case, I'm going to say that this, like, the card she's reading, Dante is having trouble in his if Dante continues being essentially who he is and not changing his approach as to relationships in the future, he's going to have a horrible, stagnant, loving relationship.
Also,
or no relationships at all.
If he keeps handing Lucinda $20 every time he doesn't like his fortune, he's going to end up with the financial instability that the tower suggests in the first place.
This is the last one, I promise.
Ugh.
He
It
just
says
got
you
him
got the Queen
thinking.
of Swords. Reverse.
Why are you so angry, Lucinda? He is single-handedly funding your $1,000.
Yep. Only 940 to go.
Ooh, she sounds hot.
She's a feminine figure representing cruelty and bitterness.
Hold on.
That's still hot to some people, Lucinda.
I don't like.
It's hot to me, but I'm quickly going to say, Queen of Swords description. The Queen of Swords sits upon a stone throne decorated with cherub representing the Queen's softer side, and the butterflies representing transformation. She faces towards the future, with her left hand raised, if so to receive, in her right hand a sword. She holds a sword up high and straight, representing her desire to find the truth in all matters.
Okay.
Your cards, Lucy!
Well, clearly they don't like you either.
Okay.
Everybody loves me. We just have to do it again.
You're completely missing the point of a fortune. You don't get to just redo it until...
Okay.
Oh, now he hands the regular... Why? He just had the regular money now!
Hey, here's your
Changed
$1,000.
Okay, I'm gonna say, Dante needs to change... According to Dante's cards he was drawn just now, Dante needs to change his approach to relationships, and the Queen card told him exactly how to do it. He needs to be essentially softer with his approach.
Actually, that did...
A little bit more in touch with his feminine side.
Actually, that did kind of work for a bit with Jenna until Nicole showed up and sort of ruined it, so he might have been onto something there.
Fill me in again. And shuffle the deck this time. I'm not leaving here until your dumb cards tell me I'm destined for romantic conquest.
Well,
I mean,
conquest is the key word for why you're failing here, big guy.
They're not saying that you won't find love. They're saying kind of how to do it or what's holding you back.
Yeah, you're being held back by the fact you are too forceful and not in touch with your feminine side, which draws people away from you. And if you don't change your approach, you could be facing, horrible ruin in your romantic relationships.
There you
Or
go.
as he so put it, horrible ruin in his romantic conquest.
Of course.
I fear for any woman he ever gets.
To which case
so
I
far
say...
is 2 in this series. Actually, no, 3 if you count Kawaii-chan in high school.
Aphmau
and middle school.
Aphmau did know. Aphmau had a character, Lucinda, use tarot cards without doing research on tarot cards. What are you doing?
I mean, the one where I can say, to be fair with this, is that she just kind of randomly got this idea. However, it's more likely that she would have studied about tarot cards in the first place. Especially because witchcraft is taught in high school, and also she's clearly like gone on to like master it herself, and probably
Like-
grew up with the culture, considering that her mother was the teacher.
I'll say
Like, I'm mostly saying Aphmau, the writer, didn't do any research on tarot cards before
Oh,
putting
okay,
together
right, yeah.
this episode.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
Because-
that's clear, yeah.
Lucinda is not being transparent about the meaning of the card she's flipping.
It's weird because, and you would think she would know, because like real witches understand what this means as generally one of the first forms of magic that like this is relatively beginner.
Yeah, this is basic shit. Relatively basic shit.
Might want to. There's a second thing to cut out there.
You know, I might have to pass this through Gling just to detect all the words I'm gonna Control F search for.
Let's get you some new cards.
But like it's taught in like the curriculum here, like just, you know.
Yeah, actually, speaking of the curriculum, it would have been a fun episode, actually, now I think about it, of Phoenix Drop High.
It would have, yeah. But that would have required Aphmau to do research into anything like this.
Yeah.
Like, if Aphmau did any research on these cards, Lucinda would have been able to do a proper 5-card reading and be like, hey, you're being too rough in your romantic relationships. You need to slow things down and be softer and more in touch with your feminine side.
She's supposed to read 5 cards at once, and she only turns around one of them, and Dante has to pay to see the others.
Yes, that's why this is horrible.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
she just found out why fortune tellers make so much money.
Can we go back to the traveling stuff, please?
Yeah, it's one of the big things, because like the whole like capitalistic end of fortune tellers that you just find on the street tend to operate in a much more scammy way.
Right.
The devil.
Is that
No.
again?
Wait, actually, that did predict the future to some extent, because in an Uno video, when Mac and Cheese Please has to play Dante, the first thing that she says is, "I'm Dante and I'm the devil." So there you go. That was Dante's future.
Are you
right
implying that after the apocalypse comes, and if everything just goes down, Dante just usurps the throne deep under?
No, I'm saying that Mac usurps Dante, because in the video, actually, like Jess also does say, "Oh, you're canon Dante now. Kesson has too many roles."
Judgment. And before you ask, no, it's not a good sign.
Wait, no, wait, okay.
Okay,
Irene curse it. That's the new insult.
What's not a good sign?
Judgment.
Okay, I'm looking this up. Is it face up or face down?
She
I don't
didn't
think
say.
they showed.
She didn't say.
I'm going to assume it's face up.
Everything else has been so far, so probably.
It's face up in attack mode with 2,000 life points.
I'm just saying, I don't think that's how that works.
Oh, I'm sorry. Too many life points. I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Neither do I. No, I wasn't up with the Yu-Gi-Oh bit.
Okay.
The Wheel of Fortune.
I should stop reading this. There's a montage. I need to give Ghosty time to catch up.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'm going to promote the premiere that I should have actually put on.
Judgment Tarot description. This card depicts what one would imagine the last judgment would be. In various forms, it takes many mythologies.
Well, okay, wait, but that depends on the not just the position, but it depends on where in the order it's coming in at, though.
Okay. Yeah, it depends on the order, but I'm just going off what's on the Tarot website I'm using.
All right. That's one of those things that also depends, because it's like it depends on, like, it's not a card by card thing whenever you're going off of a series of cards like this, like she's doing, which is unhelpful.
Can I call the VOD of this witches react to Aphmau and get away with it? Because that gets way more views.
Sure, yeah.
To which case, I have a friend who's actually Wiccan who I can ask about these cards some other time. And come back to you guys with an actual verdict of what Dante's reading would be.
Yeah, could we actually like get Shorty back as well?
Okay, upright judgment meeting. The traditional judgment meeting focuses on the movement when we reflect and evaluate ourselves and our actions.
Also, you might want to define Wiccan for any VOD watchers, because I don't think that's like normal knowledge for most people.
I guess. I mean, that's essentially the the proper nomenclature for witches, and it's in like the most basic.
Actually,
form
nope. It's a specific. It's a specific section of it.
Wicca, also known as the craft, according to Wikipedia.
Wikipedia, haha. Anyway.
The most reliable of sources.
Is the most, like, not the most reliable of the sources, but we're on a live stream, so it's not like I can go look up the exact information on the spot.
Isn't that what you've just been doing for the past several minutes with each tarot card that appears?
Yeah, because, like, Lucinda
also, if there's not a website already called Wikipedia, please someone make that.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Wait, Jacob, have you been getting a bunch of pings by chance?
From where?
From Restream.
No.
Okay, because you sent the Restream link to all of those chats. Now that I'm looking at it.
Oh, I certainly did. Well, no one has joined those.
Okay.
I will proceed to edit that. While we define goes properly. Could that be like a Fine Brothers parody video? We just like copulate. We just do the format of like Winkers react to or something like that with like the Halloween variant of their old intro.
The moment I'm waiting for Ghosty to say something before I respond with something witty.
Okay, Wicca, also known as the craft, is a modern neo-pagan religion. It's categorized as both a new religious movement and was developed in England in the 21st century. Wicca is typically a theist, worshipping / working gods and goddesses. These are traditionally. Wait, there's lots of information here.
Yeah, you might want to find like a bit more of a paraphrase
thing.
That's why I tried to be able to paraphrase earlier.
May I have a shot at it, Ghosty, or do you want to?
Yeah, you have a shot at it.
Give it a shot.
So, and I want to make a clarification here. I myself am not Wiccan, but I am very connected to this space. If I recall correctly, being Wiccan is mainly using a god or gods. This is normally the type of witchcraft that Christians use a lot of the time, actually, but not just Christianity. But that's just a nice little trivia fact.
I never thought I'd hear a sentence where someone says Christians use witchcraft.
That's because in a lot of stereotypes, witchcraft is the devil's work, which is factually incorrect. So the Wiccan belief is mainly using the deities as aids and conduits of sorts to perform magic, right? Doing offerings, doing different rituals in order to use tiny bits of their abilities to aid in your own skill. whereas other forms of magic are much more in tune to your own individual spirit and energy. In various different ways. There's a lot of different sections, but if you want to paraphrase.
Yeah, that last bit sounds more like the Butterverse.
Yes!
Reversed. The ultimate sign of bad luck.
I forgot what the card... Oh, it was Wheel of Fortune, reversed. That was what it... Sorry, Ghosty. We've put you in a montage.
I'm sorry. Wheel of Fortune reverse.
And I like how every time we pause it, it's always on Dante's reaction.
Okay. Wheel of Fortune reversed.
Hey, that's a game show. I know that one.
The reversed version.
There are times that no matter how hard we try, the world will not bend to one's will. Life may throw an unexpected wrench into your plans, and there is not much you or others can do about it, other than remember that this will pass.
So essentially, it starts with one thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try.
It is likely some external factor affecting your relationships right now. You may have to adapt
the bod of this.
You may have to adapt to it and accept with patience rather than attempt to control the situation. Other aspects of your life may be demanding right now, as your romantic life may have to take a pause.
You know, it's weird. Like, these actually do pertain to Dante, but under their real definitions, not the ones that appear in the episode. So, like, did Jess like actually do research and we just like been too critical, or do we like accidentally strike gold with every single one of these, but just didn't portray it?
I don't think she did. Here's what I think might have happened. It's one of two things.
Presenting a solid gold bar and being like, "Hey, check out this uranium I just found."
Yeah, it's like either she really did just do this by complete accident. Or she asked someone who actually knows what they're talking about to give her names and did not inquire about what any of those names meant and just made something along the way.
I mean, she definitely did have to at least, send a prompt out to the art department at the very least to make the cards.
Bad.
Oh, thank goodness, we're not doing any more.
Nope. Terrible.
Wait, actually,
terrible.
Hold on. Actually, I should be counting these. So it was like bad, nope, terrible. That's another 4. We had Wheel of Fortune, we had Judgment, we had Death, we had the other thing in the middle I'm forgetting. So that's $80 that Dante has paid so far.
Like, to which
I just went back by accident.
Before you ask, no, it's not a good sign.
Sorry, go on, keep going. I went back by accident.
Like, I'm gonna say Lucinda has to be running out of cards because there's 32 tarot cards to a deck in 13 major arcana.
I mean, she's only gone through a 5th of them so far.
Fortune.
Yes!
Reversed. The ultimate sign of bad luck.
No, it's not!
Bad.
No, it's not. Yeah.
Bad. Nope. Terrible.
Basically, all that Dante's cards are telling him is that he needs to have an attitude check. Someone needs to check his vibes or he's never going to achieve.
Yeah, I had to check my maths actually because I just realized I said 8 times. It's $20 each, not 10. So Dante's actually paid $160 at this point. So BB's right. He is just privately funding Lucinda's entire operation.
Again. One more.
No way. You're done.
No! But I have to get a good fortune!
Oh, Dante,
You do have a good fortune. Lucinda, my beloved, is just milking you for money at this point.
Just a game.
No, it's not. It's not just a game. Like, tarot cards are pretty serious business.
Okay, that's word of God. That's word of God. That belongs in trope. So that's why this is wrong. that just told us exactly what just happened there.
What?
Aphmau just wrote Lucinda, or whoever wrote Lucinda just there, but that was their own opinion, I think. That's probably why they didn't do research, because it didn't matter to them.
Okay.
I hate it.
Because those who don't believe in witchcraft do view it as just a silly little game. That I have seen countless times. That makes more sense as to what's happening right now.
To be fair, we used it as a game one time. If people don't know, there's actually a video that I never released, where Shorty actually did tarot cards of the Musengo characters. And now that a few years have passed, some of those futures may well have actually come true. So I can find the footage for that. I will definitely, I'll definitely give it a glance over to see, like, oh wow, how much of this has actually like happened now.
This evening.
Get out of my booth.
See? It didn't work! You cursed me! I need my luck with the ladies more than anything!
That's enough, Dante. I'm cutting you off.
What? I gotta fix this! You can't just cut me off!
Are you gonna fix all right?
Cut me off like this? I mean, why would you cut me off? The best of things I do.
I feel so bad for Dante. He's working off completely false information and having a panic attack on the way home.
Also, he kind of seems like he's like, you know...
Yeah, and he just got an addiction problem.
Exactly. I was like, is this like an addiction joke?
Right, I mean, this is the worst thing.
I can't believe Dante was willing to spend so much just to get a good fortune. It's crazy what people will pay to ward off bad luck.
Yeah, once again, word of God, this is just, like, in reference to the capitalism of fortune tellers.
Pretty much, yeah.
I like the way you think.
And you know, power corrupts. Lucinda's going down the route of the capitalist. Okay.
I'm the best guy there is.
Did he get faster at running? Is he trying to like run away from his fear right now? What's happening?
That's kind of like metaphorical for Dante in general.
Huh? Dante, you okay?
Oh no.
It's none of your concern. I just wanted to get my love fortune.
You did get your love fortune.
It was just so wrong.
Separate times. Why does she run and then... Okay, I guess she sees in the distance.
Love fortunes?
You're already dating someone, Kawaii-chan.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be in reference to finding love. It could just be in reference to a relationship already happening.
That's fair.
What are we
I'm
doing?
going to get my fingers ready. I'm going to have to look up a few cards.
Well, you're gonna have to look it up. Well, what are you gonna look it up as? Like as the relationship as one entity, or as what, or the card for each individual person?
Well, we'll see. We don't know how she's gonna read.
I assume that Lucinda is going to do a couples reading since both Kawaii-chan and Zane are here.
No, I'm sure. What I mean more so is whenever you're going to fact check the inevitably wrong predictions.
Well, then she'll fact check the couples reading. Why bother with the rest of it? The stream's way long enough.
Getting your love fortune told.
A love fortune for
Like it or not, I'm just
$20?
looking up the cards on the spot so I can say what the cards probably really say.
Yeah,
rather
also,
than, you know, the reading that Lucinda is just kind of spitting at us and hoping we don't fact check it.
No. We know exactly what you're doing. Well, BB confused, but no one else was.
Do I look like some kind of idiot?
I mean, have you looked in the mirror?
Ha ha, very funny. Only an idiot would pay $20 for a love fortune to be told.
I mean, an idiot did pay $160 recently. But that's beside the point. Also, if this is a couple reading, Lucinda should probably charge them more for this. Like, I don't know, do like a discount for the two of them, but charge more than the $20 that one person was worth.
And
I'm so excited!
have you been paying attention?
No, probably not.
Cough it up, lover boy.
The implication that Zane is the one who has to pay for this.
I hate you.
Maybe that's why it was brought along.
Maybe, although I would have thought, like, yeah, okay, fine.
Okay, take your pick.
Did she even deal the... I guess she did deal the cards before she knew who was... Okay, whatever.
The lovers, reversed.
Is that good?
Hold
The
on.
lovers is usually
Wait, let's hear what she says first.
a card of harmony and balance, particularly in a romantic context, but because you got it reversed, well, let's just say I wouldn't make any Valentine plans just yet.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Ghosty? Take it away.
I don't think that's true, but also that is the most sly way to say, yeah, it's all crumbling any minute now.
Okay.
Like, hey, here's all this good thing, but because you got in reverse, think about that, except just, don't act on a single thing of it. Beware.
Girl, you gotta break up with your boyfriend. Anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna say, the reversed lovers in a relationship or a romance tarot reading can suggest there is a coldness within your relationship. What was in balance is no longer working. Some issues likely stand in the way of your relationship and must be resolved once again to have a closer bond.
Yeah, and not to cancel your Valentine's plans. And
Also, I'm going to
sever the
say,
bond.
there's more to this. Sometimes fear of commitment may be indicated. There may be times there may be times when you have many suitors, dates in your life, and your dating life is very active. While this may be fun at first, you may be feeling that there are too many choices or too many possibilities that you have to give up in order to develop a partnership.
Seems
This
well,
will likely
that seems for couples reading to come out that way.
This will likely require some introspection on your and your partner's part to make sure you both are honest with each other about your fears and feelings.
I'm noticing a distinction with the way that you're reading these out and the way that Lucinda's doing, apart from, like, obviously factual accuracy. But, like, the way that you're reading them out is, like, specific advice for self-improvement. This version seems to be Lucinda's telling them, stuff that will happen, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Well, yeah, the tarot is generally considered more so you are on the path, but you're there so you can either fix it or keep it on the path if you like how it is. It's not so much like, it's not like Star Wars where you're forced to see like a vision and it will just happen no matter what. It's not like Greek mythology where there's no way to evade the fates.
Valentine's Day plans you should not make.
Which also, by the way, I'm just saying, is she like actively trying to demolish the relationship here? Hey, yeah, if you guys don't, talk about your feelings, fix things, then it will crumble.
I don't think that's in character for Lucinda to try and ruin Kawaii-chan's relationship.
I don't know. I'm just saying it feels like pretty common sense that canceling your Valentine's plans is probably not gonna be what fixes this issue.
That's why I'm thinking that because the implication is they won't be together by Valentine's Day, therefore they shouldn't make plans. Since that's the implication, Lucinda's reading these out like they're futures that are destined to happen no matter what goes on in the people's lives. Unlike what Ghosty is doing, which is essentially like, here's the path that will like take you on to like better happiness, better balance within yourself.
That's a thing no one ever pointed out until just now. It just occurred to me she forgot. It just occurred to me she forgot like a pretty crucial question before she did any of this for either Dante or these two. She never asked how far they're actually wanting to look towards. Because these things can happen at any point in your life. Generally, you want to ask, hey, within the next couple months, within the next couple years, within the next couple weeks,
with the next season of your show, yes.
Many different things happen within one's life. You kind of,
All right, well, that's a fair point. Don't make Valentine's plans in 50 years, Kawaii-chan. Because chances are one of you is dead.
No idea. Even if this will crumble, you have no idea when. Not in the slightest do you have any idea of any of this bad stuff.
To which
Hey, that's stupid!
What more can I say? You picked the card.
You dealt the cards? Here, let me try it again.
Yeah, let us go again!
Oh my, stop doing this! She's earned $180 now just based on people's desperation.
I'll take it 180 more.
Oh.
okay, let's see what the next card Lucinda brings up is.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Which, as we all know, is gonna be bad.
I
She's
have
misreading
spent
all of. She's misreading all of these cards.
and I have spent $500, and I will spend 500 more. Be the one who spent $1,000 to find out what's in store.
For another 20 bucks.
That needs to be your next parody for MyStreet. It's been a while. You might be out of touch. We need to. This is what you need to practice with.
Just a song. It's not based on this episode. You know what? Maybe I should do that instead of like based on the characters. Should like base songs on like individual episodes of MyStreets. That could be a fun thing to do.
Oh, there's so much you could do with that.
Oh yeah, I mean there's at least 290 songs I can make with that format.
Cards holding fate over me.
Okay.
Which is why I shall pay for them again.
To which case, I'm going to look at Kawaii-chan and Zane's relationship as of the now and says, hey, the tarot card of love doesn't mean that. It says you guys probably need to have a discussion about your future together.
Which is valid. Like, in the D&D episode, Kawaii-chan immediately thought he was cheating on her.
And in season 5, their relationship started out with poor communication and just essentially them just, eating each other's faces as a means of, bonding.
Clearly, they need to have it serious. You go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, sorry. Zane literally feared any form of love, even to his own brother, for the majority of the series.
Yeah, and whenever they tried to have a serious conversation, he pulled out the chocolate.
He took his dad's advice.
Yeah. Oh look at this new custom tarot card that I've made. It's Garte with his mouth taped shut. It means you shouldn't trust your father's advice.
But still, let's see what the next card is.
Mm-hmm.
Is Lucinda gonna say it?
Wait, he didn't even say?
One more time.
Okay, one more time. I'm counting all of these.
Stupid cards.
Okay, I guess that's another one.
This
Yeah.
is going to be the one.
Nope, that's 5.
Just one.
Like, it's
more.
just.
Kawaii-chan looks so broken.
Okay, hold on. So that's another count on the table. So that's another 1. Then 2 different separate wads. That's another 8. So he spent as much money as Dante has. We're at $160 now.
Like, to which
plus the one at the beginning, so 180. Now I've got another wad there. That's 200.
To which case, I'm gonna say
there's several other. Oh god.
They probably keep pulling the lover and tower over and over again.
The money's literally overflowing off the table.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna count the individual wads to see here. So yeah, he did like one like 5 different times or 6. So basically, that was like his first 80. Wait, hold on, no. So that's 6. Sorry, 6. That's not the first 120. Now we have 140, 160, 180, 200, 220, 240, 260, 280, 300, 320, 340.
Dude, what was she panicking about? All of her friends have terrible gambling issues.
That's a good point. And if you add Dante's 160 to the start, she's made up half of the money that she would need at this point.
Dude, if anyone needs a relationship tarot that only has one word associated, it's always bad. It is Lucinda with her friends. She is literally exploiting every last one of them for every cent they have.
Also, I'm gonna say, the love is upright means partnership, union and duality. And reversed can mean loss of balance, one-sidedness, and disharmony. Are we viewing the disharmony right now?
Maybe.
I feel so bad for Kawaii-chan, man. Zane's panicking, but Kawaii-chan consistently just looks sad.
Well, yeah, because she was read her cards wrong. I'd be panicked too. Clearly, this is a massive scam. This is Ed, Ed and Eddie levels.
Oh dear.
I have to change our fate!
But Zane, we're already
It's
a couple!
not fate! Yeah, they're already a couple. Like, the lovers card literally means that you two need to have a discussion about your future. Go have a discussion about how much you paid for, like, a BS tarot reading.
Oh, they're
maybe
gonna have
maybe
discussion,
sue
alright.
Lucinda. Oh wait, actually, well, no. I guess this is technically legal, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna have discussion, alright. Also, good to see the Kawaii-chan holding back to her big move strength, where she can pummel humans and also just drag them with immense Mifa powers.
Also, to which say, it looks like she's dragging Zane by the arms, which is actually very bad for his muscles and ligaments.
Well,
And also, considering that he's facing the other direction, probably his bones too.
that is a fair point. I guess whenever I look at Mifo, I always think cat and human, but I guess the feline family does. She could have something more akin to like lion strength, really.
Actually, no. Judging by her black ears, and it's highly insinuated that she had black hair at one point before she died.
She's part panther in that case.
Yeah, panther. Or at least some.
Oh my goodness, that's an amazing theory. Mifa are actually panthers.
Panthers and other kinds of cats.
Yeah,
Not
I mean,
sure
it could
what
just be
not sure what Kai is since he's blue.
That's true. Yeah, blue panthers. Anyway.
Come back soon. Remember,
No, don't come back soon. Get away from here.
your future depends on it.
Oh my
No,
god.
it doesn't. See, your future depends on it. Not like the advice that you like, the path you choose. No, it's your future. It's being read out by me right now. Yeah.
Oh, too much?
Yes.
Yes, you've gone insane. And of course, because it's a MyStreet episode, you have to have these two.
Oh no! Oh no!
I mean,
there was a storm brewing outside. Did we anger Zeus with this video? Because there's a storm outside at the moment.
Man.
Anyway.
How to anger the gods in 5 steps or less. A WikiHow article.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron's definitely gonna be the one who's smart in this instance, but like.
Yeah. Question: can Aphmau read the sign from that far away?
No.
I don't know. Kawaii-chan read the sign from a farther distance.
Yeah, but she has panther eyes.
I knew it!
What's it gonna be? Are we gonna get married? Are we gonna have kids?
I mean, I sure hope so for the sake of the entire fan base, but oh well, let's find out what Lucinda says.
Kids going to marry.
$20,
Wait,
please.
whoa, excuse me? Are your kids gonna marry? Wait, hold on. We're not in Alabama
She's
here,
turning-
Aphmau. There's bigger issues than. Wait.
Now, who are your kids going to marry? Not are your... anyway. She's turning into Sylvana, essentially.
Scam.
You got a frog stuck in your throat or something?
I'd never frog stuck in my throat. Lucinda goes, boom, now you do.
Why doesn't
Anyway.
Lucinda just look at her and say, hey, I'm trying to earn money because I accidentally got scammed. Could you please do my mouth, please?
Aaron's family owns a
Nice.
business. They could have just actually wait. So did Zane's family. They were okay. She could have just asked. To be fair, now that I'm
is true.
thinking
Maybe-
about it, she could have just asked like.
Maybe she's too proud to ask for help in that way, but not too proud to scam everyone.
Yeah, I was about to say to exploit her friends for every dollar they got. Like.
I can't break social convention and ask for money, but I can swindle people out of money
Yeah.
within the bounds. Hooray for manners!
Hooray!
No.
Do you want there to be?
Magic
There you
later.
go.
Fortune
Literally.
now.
Wait, did she just say magic later, fortune now?
Yes.
Yes,
That's it.
and she just
Fortune.
As you put away.
The tarot that you're doing is part of.
Hold on.
You got a frog stuck in
To
your throat
which
or
case,
something.
it wasn't
Oh, me?
explained
Oh,
what Terra
No.
it wasn't
Do you
explained what
want there to
Terra
be?
they got.
Magic later.
Wait a second.
Fortune now.
Okay, look at that.
No, they're
Okay,
the
so
same thing.
okay, I need
Tarot
to.
is part of.
It's in. Oh gosh, darn it, it's in the background. I can't tell how much money is on the table, but that's clearly a bigger pile than Zane's was before, which I guess means
don't
that she
know
has
about
spent. Actually, wait. I mean,
Because Zane's pile was overflowing from the table. I think theirs might be less.
or it might just be like the same model. It's probably the same pile, which
It is the
means
same
that,
pile.
which means that since Zane spent $60 before that pile even started to form, if we subtract that from the 340 that he spent before, that takes us down to actually, is it 280? Yes, 280. So that means that Aphmau has spent another $280. So add that to the pile of already, Lucinda has now made $780 on a love fortune booth by scamming her friends.
Yeah.
I
This has
would
been Maths with
love
Jacob, part 3.
I would love to know what card they got, actually.
Well,
No,
they probably
that'd
got
spoil
several.
the next season.
If she spent $280, that means she must have pulled 14 cards. I don't think you want to be looking all of those up right now.
Babe, it's a scam. You know I love
Clearly,
you.
none of it was good. Supposedly.
But the cards didn't say.
Oh no,
For
no,
God's
leave.
sake.
Okay, I know that I said I wanted more of you guys, but don't save yourselves. You don't want to be here right now.
In which case, I'm just looking to both of them, and I'm like, please state the card on screen that you got, so I can look it up.
Caitlin's
Yeah.
the one with common sense in this one, probably.
Please, one of you have common sense.
I mean, it probably would be Kaden, but also particularly because like she sees through Lucinda like all the time, and vice versa. Travis, on the other hand, he's prone to go crazy. So yeah, probably.
It didn't go well, huh?
Oh, he already knows what's happening.
No.
It was terrible.
But
yeah.
See? Sounds dumb.
Let's go.
Come on, seriously?
I am always dead serious when it comes to dumb things.
Fine.
That's
Your
fair.
plan.
Yep.
No! Save yourselves! Don't make my same mistakes!
Save your wallets.
F, it's not real.
You just bought a plate. You just bought an expensive bag in the previous episode. You don't have cash to burn.
All those fortune tellers.
I'm gonna say, there is magic and witchcraft in this universe. Yes, it is real. Allegedly.
Yeah, it's one of those things where this feels like in this instance, no, it's not real because she's just lying. But like I feel like the moral of this episode is that tarot isn't real. Like this is the second time, and I feel like the previous time that it was mentioned was by her. By Lucinda herself saying that this wasn't a thing. It's like
I mean that's not the answer possibility. I mean, even in Harry Potter, there's a lot of people who think that divination has no merit, and depending on what mood J.K. Rowling is in at the time, Professor Trelawney is confirmed to be a complete fraud. Or people theorize, oh wait, technically everything she said came true in some roundabout way. But it depends. Basically, even some branches of magic people might believe in might not just belong to the magic that's in the universe. Not every form of magic has to exist concurrently within a story. So maybe tarot isn't real in this world, which makes everything that's happening here even worse.
They're just con men looking to make a buck off other people's fears.
Zane! No!
Kawaii-chan, I'm doing this for our future!
Okay. So
I'm hoping that's
clearly-
that's a piggy bank. Okay.
It's a piggy bank.
I was
Clearly-
wondering if that was like a baby pig that they had there just about to like sacrifice on the altar of tarot.
Not that kind of witchcraft.
Don't spend all your money!
I'm going to say, like, as far as I've noticed with these side stories is that each of the side stories has kind of a real life message.
What was the
D
message?
I don't know.
Wait, what was which?
Neither do I. I don't know that you shouldn't be paranoid that your boyfriend's cheating on you. I mean, that's the only thing I got from Kawaii-chan at least.
You shouldn't be paranoid that they're giving away your BTS tickets either.
If you look at the last episode side stories and this one, they're clearly trying to edge on moral messages.
Yeah, it feels like in this one, it feels a lot less like the characters speaking, and it definitely feels a lot more like Word of God.
The writer is speaking.
Yeah.
Said before!
I have nothing to lose but love and an already terrible credit score!
That's such a good line. I kind of love that one, though. Never mind. All the moral ambiguity of this one, and all the religious commentary that may or may not be happening depending on how you read this. You can completely disregard all this. I like that line.
This is how MyStreet works when it's at its best. It will just introduce a funny line to make you forget about everything else that's happened.
To which case, I say, I don't forget.
I mean, neither do I, but I mean...
No, yeah. But...
This episode reeks of the hand of God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's weird.
It won't be terrible for long!
Terrible, haha.
I will get my luck with the ladies returned!
Right! Everyone stop!
Thank you, Aaron.
Dumb.
Also, Caitlin and Travis have been at the booth for a while, so I'm gonna guess
they're getting scammed too now.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that Travis is gonna fund the rest of the $1,000 himself now. Okay.
I like to imagine Travis and Caitlin turn around. Oh, hey, what are they yelling about? Anyways, hey, what's this? Oh, it's bad.
See, all he has to do is pay. All that dude has to do is get Travis to pay 11 times, and she's got the money that she needs.
What about this? We all got bad fortunes. Sounds to me like
No,
we're just getting
actually.
ripped off and told we have terrible futures unless we continue to.
Oh, hey guys, guess what? Looks like Caitlin and I have big things on the horizon.
That's only because she likes Caitlin.
Well, frenemies, but she likes everyone else apart from maybe Zane.
Yeah, but she was like besties with Caitlin for a while though.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, they have a weird thing.
They have a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, if anything, Lucinda would probably would be more inclined to prank Caitlin and Travis with a bad fortune, considering that the main way she messed with Caitlin in season 1 was specifically through Caitlin's feelings for Travis.
Shut up, Travis. She was probably just telling us what we wanted to hear.
Well, it was what I wanted to hear.
Okay, so question: when Travis implies they have big things on the horizon, is Caitlin pregnant? Is that what we're supposed to take away from this? Because, I don't know.
What the? Hey, why did...
That being said, very cute the way they did, the head nudging. Why is it that these two act more like a couple than the actual couples inside?
We get a good fortune.
That's it! I want to redo!
Not before me!
Well, I think they are an actual couple at this point. This is after
Oh, no,
season
they
6.
are. They are, yes. What I meant actual couples when the other stuff. I said the wrong thing. Yeah. Trust me, I rejoiced at the last episode of this.
And the fortune!
Weren't you trying to stop Zane from going a second ago? Why are you suddenly buying into this?
I'm quietly going to say that you all actually got pretty good and informative readings.
No, they didn't, because they weren't informed of them.
Huh. I guess Lucinda's fortunes really must be that good.
Actually, wait, I've got calculation time. So I guess if they got a good fortune on the first, if they got the good fortune on the first go, it means they only paid $20, which means that total Lucinda has now earned $800. So now she only needs 10 readings from everyone else that's there. Oh no, sorry, not even that. Five readings because it was $20 each, and I'm pretty sure that, you know, excluding Aaron, there's 5 people coming up for redos right now. Lucinda's done it.
I don't know. I feel like Aaron's about to rip her a new one, honestly.
I mean, yes, assuming that he gets there first. Which maybe he did, because
I'm sorry, did they not see her walk into the...
Yeah. But they're not going to break into our house.
Missed her.
No, see, they don't know.
Phew. Close one.
Lucinda! Read my fortune!
He's
Okay,
in the wall.
I'm guessing that Dante's supposed to be like, you know, people like put their like face up on their windows, go like that, against the glass. I think he's supposed to do that, except they forgot to raise his arms or something. And also, they did that joke way better in the big move with Gareth and Lawrence freezing in position when they thought they saw Aaron kiss in the cake store. You know where they bought a chocolate cake together.
No.
When that collapsed the wooden step. Okay.
Relax. Dante is just
architecture is dead.
Read
Us?
our
Fortune!
Did they rehearse that? Oh, good grief. We're a Gumball episode now.
No.
Lucinda, don't worry. Oh, there's Aphmau. Okay.
Hey,
So they actually did break into our house. All right, then.
Lucinda, will you read our fortunes?
Wait, why is Aaron still... I guess he's just supporting Aphmau. It's like, I mean, you know, if my fiance is going to break and enter somewhere, I'm going to be right by her side.
He's right back to his like high school bad boy days. He was looking for an excuse.
Out of my house.
Why don't you just teleport them away, Lucinda? You can teleport other people very easily, just not yourself.
Leave me alone.
Because it wouldn't be as funny, I guess.
I just...
Yeah, but also, Lucinda...
I don't know if you are sorry, Lucinda.
Just scam them one more time, or give them all good fortunes one more time, and you have $1,000.
That's fair. All they want is to have good things. It's not even necessarily the fortunes. It's just that they want to hear good stuff.
Oh look, it's a Lucinda shower joke again, except for no one's naked this time.
Third time, and this is the last one for the series, because let's be honest, season 7 probably still not happening. I don't care that she went to a convention and confirmed it was happening. I am yet to see anything for it.
I was going to say it's probably the last because of, of the rule of 3, but that's
sure you can. Just tell us we're a perfect match.
Right, see, that's all they want.
Crazy? It
Even
was a scam.
I knew it!
Yeah,
why didn't you just scam them all? Like, it's not like you have any real remorse.
You all should have known it. I shuffled bad fortunes into the deck on purpose.
Okay, that was
They were
also
bad
probably...
fortunes, though. You said they were bad.
I guess this also means that she knew that everyone was going to fall for it. Like, Dante at the start, maybe they sort of like lent into it, but it seemed like... Oh, wait, no. It must have been after Dante where she decided that because she was talking to Ubu at that point. Then she got the plan. Ubu got the plan, maybe?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
Like, you're right. Yeah, Ubu got the plan after Dante.
Well, it probably happened... Oh, no, you're right, because she had, like, that noise of realization. No, you're totally right. Sorry.
It's money, okay? Here, you guys can take this back.
Just the symbolism of, like, it seems like she's robbed a bank.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have played with all your emotions. I don't know what I was thinking.
I was thinking my eternal soul is at risk right now, and I really need to salvage that.
Right, and it's like, that's one of those things that, again, I feel like Aaron especially would have funded. Like, if you just asked. Like, if you just asked for $1 million, he probably wouldn't do it. But if you're like, hey, can I have some money? My soul's about to be like, taken away from me. He's like, yeah, don't do it again, but here.
I mean, yeah, he might have to like make a call because actually it depends. But yeah, like this kind of thing. But there's someone like one of the companies like even. Actually, wait, that's I was gonna say like oh yeah, good as call Derek and Rachel. I forgot what happened to them. Never mind. Forget I said that. Whoever's running the Lycan Corporation right now, because it's definitely not Aaron.
Money troubles?
Probably Melissa.
I guess Melissa, yeah. Send a call to Melissa, who is also really good friends with Lucinda, and by Line Gate logic, more than that, so...
Let's not talk about Bruno.
You talked about Bruno first.
I did, because I was making a comedic... Let's not bring it up again.
Okay. Sure. By the way, I still have this from like 2 years ago. Almost 3. Anyway.
I not owe $1,000 and or my immortal soul to some prep after...
What do you mean and or? It's or. $1,000 or your immortal soul.
Bad round of wizard poker. It's my problem. Don't worry about it.
I love the fact, like, is wizard poker just regular poker but with wizards, or there's there specific rules for wizard poker?
You might you might be required to make bets on specifically magic-related things.
I was imagine it's like wizard's chess in Harry Potter, but just all the cards talk.
Wizard poker.
It's like, oh look at that! Oh, I sense a real flush coming. No, she's lying. Shh, be quiet. I'm trying to bluff here.
Like with flying cards?
And fantastical side effects?
And magic-induced property damage?
I wish all of you were correct.
No.
Ooh, I love poker.
She does.
Lucinda, if you give us our money back, I think I can help you out.
Is that her attempt at poker face because she's going to wear sunglasses now? Is that allowed? I guess it is allowed in poker games.
What?
Royal flush.
That's statistically impossible. How can it be done by a mortal?
Because you're just playing regular poker and mortals can play that easily.
Now you have to give Lucinda her soul back.
He never took her soul.
Like, this has to be some sort of wizard poker. She never made the exchange.
It is wizard poker, but it's just poker that's normally played by wizards. I guess Aphmau qualifies because you can do healing magics.
I suppose a deal is a deal.
Also, this is mine now.
What? So Aphmau, hold on. So Aphmau canonically has a relic now. Does that mean that she's like become full circle? She's now an actual relic holder?
Well, I think there's a whole other thing as well to account for here. That she said, this is mine now, implying that he didn't know. Implying that Aphmau this entire time has had pickpocketing skills.
Does that surprise you?
Or he just laid it on the table. That could be it too.
Aphmau.
I don't know.
I don't know what to say. Thank you.
No problem. But next time, Lucinda, make sure to tell me that wizard poker isn't as cool as it sounds. Like, it's just wizards playing poker.
Yeah, there we go.
This is a really inappropriate song to play after watching an entire video about scamming people. Specifically your best friend.
About love.
This was real bad choice of ending music for this episode.
Also, I feel like I have a peak psychological damage from this. Like, I'm going to say outright, none of their fortunes were bad if you go by the actual meaning of the cards.
Oh my god.
Lucinda was just reading the cards badly so that she could scam them.
Which means that she didn't have to do what she said and sneak in bad fortunes there. So it is bad writing. It is that Aphmau didn't research, because that could have been the angle. Oh, I twisted my words, but no, I like fixed the actual cards, I guess. Maybe I like had several decks that were even in a deck of 32. I guess that, like, how many bad cards would there be? Like, it's presumably like 16 of them.
Well, I don't think it's saying, she's not necessarily saying new bad cards. You can just put them in different positions.
Yeah, but she specifically said that she put more, like, she shuffled bad cards into the deck, so...
Yeah, so that way whenever she pulled them out, it would always be the bad ones.
Yeah, that's what I mean, so she's...
Right, but they are new bad ones.
Well, what I mean is, like, it is repetitions of some of the other ones, so if someone, like, asked about the deck of 32, then again, no one questioned that. No one counted the cards. And no one's crazy enough to start counting during this video, except for me, apparently. Okay, well... That was...
I'm gonna say, like... discounting the fact that she shuffled bad cards into the deck, all of her readings were actually pretty accurate.
Which, again, considering the moral of this and how Lucinda explains her own plan, does seem like that was a complete coincidence. Like, Aphmau just lucked out on this. It was, dare I say it, good fortune.
I'm gonna leave. I hate this. Goodbye.
I mean, that was one way to end the stream. Like, we haven't really said, like, proper pros and cons, but hey, I guess what more do you need?
Have cons for one episode, I think.
I guess what more do you need? The good fortune line is probably what I should have ended this on. I guess we'll just do that. Not too much else that I need to say.
I mean, it was... I don't know. I mean, it was an okay episode, but, like, you know, there was a lot of clear, like, non-character commentary. Like, it was pretty blatant. Some of this was just the writer's point of view, and it's like, you know, there could have been some feathers ruffled depending on how easy it is to annoy people with some of the things he might have implied in this episode. But whatever. The music selection was gold for all the wrong reasons at the end here. Maybe you should have picked another song.
I mean, the music is actually better than the last episode, because last episode barely had any soundtrack to it at all. Just repeated a Midnight Radio a bunch.
No. I mean, like the outro music.
Yeah, well, the outro music is the same consistently, but yeah, like that's one. I mean, that's at least one thing I can say in favor of this episode. Other than also the fact that, you know, we get a little bit more wizard lore, even if it is centered around the idea of poker games.
I mean, you know, yeah, it's... I mean, yeah, it was another just okay episode. It has some weird things in it that probably don't go over too well, but this is the same person who's written racism for her fantasy stuff and was very evidently unaware of it the entire time. I mean,
I don't know about unaware of it, because there's episodes that call it out specifically and, you know, dissect it and the characters' reactions to it. It just wasn't executed properly.
Yeah, but even that wasn't too consistent. Sometimes it was bad, and the other times it was just how it was.
Yeah, I guess some of it you could say that you know, before the midpoint of season 5 might have been retroactively addressing that, because it was like, oh my goodness, I've been doing this whole time. I didn't know that it was wrong. I should have known better. And that ultimately is a nice message. However, I guess anything that happens after that, or some of the stuff, you can say, okay, this is definitely unintentional here. Or the minigames, for that matter. The minigames as well were a lot more blatant with that. Oh boy.
Yeah, she has some weird things sometimes that you almost wonder what Aphmau is like IRL on occasion.
I don't know, because the stuff specifically the like outside of allegories is stuff that you would never do to like any human being in general, like, you know, because like not gonna be like, oh hey, nice to meet you, catchable, yellable, catchable. Like, I feel like there's a little bit of leeway there. But oh well, as for this episode, I guess I haven't done my Levi drink yet, so
Oh
I
wow,
guess...
there's nothing in the video worth a Levi drink. Oh.
The Levi drink for that one good traveling scene, and also for the downfall of capitalism.
There was one good Dante line. That's worth it.
Oh yeah, that
was a pretty great line.
Yeah, very good points. Yeah, honorary raise of the glass there. Okay, and there's the actual thoughts. I think. Of
course, I like how you say downfall of capitalism as if there still aren't like two big family businesses going on in the background for like the main characters.
Within the confines of this episode.
Yeah.
Like the message being, you know, capitalism bad. That's what I'm getting at here.
I don't know if that was the message. I think that might have been part of it. I think the other part of the message is that tarot is fake, and anyone who believes it is an idiot.
Maybe like anyone who gets swayed too easily by fortune tellers, like without any sort of like skepticism and conduct their money, should reconsider. Yeah. Okay, so there are some good aspects to this that we have. Admittedly, we did mention them, but they were just overshadowed by the execution and all the other stuff that happened in here.
I feel like there's more bad stuff than there was good, but there was good stuff there.
Okay, yeah. So ultimately, not as bad as episode 4 of this. You know, MyStreet is still it has still been made great. It just might need to be.
Man, I can't believe she was willing
to
date herself with that title and that whole bit, man.
It was already dated. It was like 2 years after that slogan was even a thing.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Also, it doesn't help that specific phrase, shortened as like MAGA, has very quickly become in our modern day a synonymously bad term.
Well, I mean, yeah. Although I guess this shortened version is MGA. Okay, and with that very like insightful observation from the pair of us, we're gonna end the video. So please leave a like or dislike, because your opinion matters. Subscribe to us already. And on that note, until next time, farewell.